Question number 5. What do you bring to the table? Fellas, your date might just get up and leave. If she's, a feminist, that's gonna happen. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Dwayne and this is the 411. Welcome back to my returning 411 family. It's been a while, definitely missed you guys. And if you're new here, welcome as well. Check out the channel if there's anything you like, anything that resonates with you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. So in today's video, we're talking relationships. So I'll be giving you the 411 on relationships. Let's say you're one of the people that are heading back out since outside is now open and hopefully the worst of the pandemic is behind us. You're heading back outside and you're heading on your first dates. You're kind of curious on what to expect. Don't worry, I got you. I was able to poll some of my beautiful female friends and I was able to poll some of my handsome fellas, and I got top 10 first date questions by the men and also by the ladies. We are gentlemen over here on this channel, so of course we're gonna go ahead and let the women go first. Question number 1, do you have kids? An important question, of course. I actually did some digging and asked, why is this question important to you? And I was told that it helps them to prepare and find out about the relationship between the father and the mother. Is it toxic, or is there drama? Essentially, that's what they want to find out. Do you have kids? And if so, how's the relationship between you and the mom? Number 2, what do you do for a living? Of course, all women want their potential partner to be employed. And also they want you to be ambitious. So they're gonna ask you about your job and your career. Number 3, who do you live with? Important question. Again, I think this one holds a lot of value. Essentially, when I was able to ask some more questions, why would you ask this question? They want to know essentially if you live with a woman, of course, but also is your home situation secured? Number 4, what caused your last relationship to end? Essentially, were you the a-hole? Did this end because of you? Were you cheating? Number 5, are you currently dating or in a relationship? That's a very important question to ask. Fellas, if you're there to waste time, let the ladies know. You're just here for a good time, not a long time. You don't want to lie on a first date because what's in the dark always comes to the light. All right, so we're halfway through the ladies' list. Question number 6, are you marriage-minded? I think this is a great question to ask. I know it sounds very blunt. I know a lot of women probably wouldn't want to ask this question because they don't want to scare off their potential partner. But again, these are important questions you need to get on the table, and it'll help speed up your vetting process to see if this person's worth you continuing dating and continuing to put more effort and time into. So that was a great question. Are you marriage-minded? Question number 7, where do you see yourself in 3 to 4 years? So again, this comes back to ambition. They want to make sure you have some goals, some plans to improve yourself. One thing that women are always looking for is for a man to constantly and continuously improve himself. So where do you see yourself in 3 to 4 years? Seems to me like a very good question to ask. Question number 8, do you have a relationship with God? Very good question. This is one of those important questions to get on the table very quickly. If you are the type to have strong religious views, you're going to want somebody to kind of match that as well. And even worse, if they have the completely opposite view when it comes to religion, that could cause some issues in the relationship. So I think that's a great question to get out on the table early during your vetting process. Question number 9, if you could pick your dream job, what would it be? So again, this goes back to trying to find out, what makes you happy. It deals with the ambition component as well. Very good question. I would probably have a hard time answering this question myself. If you could pick your dream job, what would it be? Fellas, hopefully you got some good answers ready for this first date. And of course, the last question, question number 10, is kind of different. I like it though. Would you rather go back to the past or fast forward? That's a great question. It kind of helps to understand where your partner is, if maybe they feel the best is behind them, or if they're optimistic about the future. I think that's a great question to ask. It's kind of out of the box, but I do rate it, and I want to just thank the ladies that took the time to send me some of these answers. I really do appreciate it. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the men's list. So ladies, buckle your seatbelt. This one is going to be a roller coaster ride, okay? Question number one, what do you do? Essentially just asking, what do you do to provide for yourself? Where do you work? That type of thing. Pretty common and basic question, I believe, on any first date. Question number two, what are your ambitions? It looks like both men and women like ambitious partners. So what are your ambitions? What are your goals? Again, very good open-ended question, a good way to get the conversation started. So question number three, what was your longest relationship? I believe this is a great question to ask. Kind of a deep question as well, because it lets the man know how agreeable you are in a relationship setting, and also your relationship skills. If you have a whole bunch of 3 months, 5 months relationship, it means that your relationship skills aren't really there. If you have 1 year, 2 year, if you have, years of experience in relationships, it kind of sits better because it means that you could get along with somebody a lot better and you're more understanding. Number four, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Great question as well. It kind of gets the conversation going as well. Find out more about your plans, your ambitions, your life goals. Number five, what do you bring to the table? Now, this is going to trigger some women, but I still believe it's a good question because a lot of women don't know what men are looking for in women. So this is a good way for the guys to kind of understand what the woman believes the man values. So that's a great question to ask. What do you bring to the table? Question number six, where do you see yourself in 30 minutes? I think that's a little forward if you ask me. You might get some of these questions on a date. It's not gentlemanlike, but it's a good icebreaker. We'll move on to the next one. Number seven, what are you really looking for with me? I guess a man wants to know what your plans are. Are you looking for something serious? They do say that women could tell, within a first interaction, what their plans are with a guy, whether they like him or not. So I think that's a great question to ask. And that was number seven. Number eight, are you a feminist? So that was going to trigger a lot of women. But hold on. I think that's a great question to ask because feminism, it's more viewed as a radical thing, more extreme. First wave feminism wasn't the same or isn't the same as today's feminism. So that's a great question to ask. Ladies, I know it's going to be triggering, but you want to answer that question to the best of your ability. Question number nine, do you have a relationship with your dad? Great question to ask. I believe this has a lot of deep and psychological meaning behind it, and it kind of helps that guy better understand how you deal with authority. So that's a great question to ask. And of course, number 10, what are your values, beliefs, and priorities? Now that one is three-pronged. There's a lot in that question. It's very loaded, but essentially your values are going to become important, especially when you build a life together. Your values have to align. And of course, your beliefs, that will be more like a religious belief type of thing. And of course, priorities, what you prioritize in your life. Is family first? Is your job first? So on and so forth. So again, really great questions from the men, really great questions from the ladies. To everybody that actually took the time to answer those questions, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. And of course, hopefully you guys are watching and also enjoyed it as well. That's gonna be it for today's list, guys. Top 10 first date questions polled by men and by women. So if you have any questions that you may want to ask or that you would want to see on this list, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section. I'll meet you guys down there to discuss it some more. In the meantime, hope you guys are staying safe, staying well, smelling good, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.